you know, if you, every day, if you woke up and just thought of things that you're happy about, like just basic things like, man, these sheets feel great today, or the room feels perfect. Like, I'm happy just to be here. Like, if you could create that area of gratitude, the negativity can't exist in the same space. You can't be in a state of gratitude and a state of fear or sadness or stress at the same time. It's impossible. So if you can start your day, whatever your routine may be, to create.
Welcome to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Croc, and every Monday, I talk to someone here in North Idaho with the goal to connect more people in the Coeur d'Alene area. And then every Friday, I talk to someone outside the community to bring in a new perspective and to learn a little bit about yourself. I have Richard with me today, and he is actually a returning podcast guest. We got to know a little bit about him. He's doing some fantastic things in our community, connecting with some great people, small business owner, just a fantastic individual, really giving back to other businesses and people in the community, and really excited to chat with you again today.
Yeah, right on. Thanks for hitting me up again.
Of course. So tell us a little bit, I mean, if anyone wasn't listening to the first episode with you, maybe chat a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and a little bit about your business.
Well, my name is Richard Tilley. I am the co-founder of Ink Lab Screen Print Studio with my wife, Jenna Leah. We offer rebranding services for businesses, small businesses that maybe not even have a logo in the first place. You know, we kind of help shape what their visuals are and the way they present themselves, you know, to their clients. And so yeah, we just do screen printing, embroidery, logo design, you know, just to name a few things. I guess we do so much stuff.
Yeah, and you're located in Post Falls still, right?
Actually, we are, I don't know when you're going to be airing this, but we'll be in Coeur d'Alene in like a week or two.
What?
Yeah, I've been posting little snippets, you know, a little behind the scenes stuff here and there on our Instagram. But yeah, we're headed to a new building. We're going to be right on Government Way, and like, I think it was Apple Way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like right over there on that corner right there where Fuel Fitness is.
Well, awesome. Well, welcome to Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. You're going to be in the middle of it all, close to downtown, but also kind of close to, you know, the other part of Coeur d'Alene is what I call it, because I live in downtown. So I'm like, oh, downtown is the only thing I know. So congratulations. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, thank you. This is actually the first time I've even said anything about it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, Jenny and I are super stoked. And we linked up with my buddy that owns a company called Marketing Beaver. I'm not sure if you know Steve.
Cool.
But yeah, we linked up with him, and now we have this giant space that we're going to be using.
Wow. Well, congratulations. That's really cool. And kind of a segue into what you do is that you are really about, I mean, what I've been noticing from the last time you and I chat is that you really partner with other businesses and other people to really, you know, help them and help you guys. And it looks like you guys are super busy.
Well, we're looking to build a team that could support where we're trying to go. You know, there's only two of us here now, so we're only, you know, we can only stretch ourselves out so thin. There's so much more that we want to do and so many ideas that we have. And until we have that team put in place, we do what we can as just the two of us. And, you know, we do a lot, I'm not gonna lie, you know, but there's so much more that we have in mind, and we just can't get there just yet.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, that was my next question was, do you guys have any like future goals of what you want to do besides, you know, just the screen printing? I mean, what's your kind of like long-term goal with your company and your business? And I know you're a natural entrepreneur, so you're constantly thinking of new things.
Well, I always see this vision of myself as a kind of like what do you call them? A designer, a clothing designer. So I have ideas of clothing designs that I've always had. That's the way I creatively express myself, is through clothing for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be my medium, my outlet. But I have these brand ideas in my mind that I wanted to put into place. And when I was younger, I did the same thing, and I didn't have a steady stream of income coming in to support what I was doing for my dream. So that's why we got back into screen printing this time around. And we decided this time we were going to build the business that's going to support the dream. So right now, the years of work that we're putting in right now is to build a steady flow of value that we provide to people, so we can in turn have a steady stream of resources to go forward with what we're trying to do with our real vision and our real dream. And so designing clothes is where I see myself.
That's really
And Jenny as well. She loves designing too. It's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are great at it too. I mean, when you see people that sometimes when you see t-shirts or you see clothing and you're kind of like, oh, that's nice. It has your logo on it, but it's like really ugly. I mean, everything that you guys do, you produce has its style. It's more than just like, let's do some marketing. I mean, it really has a lot of thought behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion that goes into each project. We turn down certain projects that we feel wouldn't fit, what we're doing here. And I hate to do that because I really like helping everybody, but there's just certain stuff that I feel like I couldn't give them my best self if I took on their project.
That's awesome.
So we're finding our niche.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I'm really excited for you guys to be expanding and kind of following. I know you've talked about like you have tons of goals and things that you want to do, and I think that's really great, especially since you guys are a family and you kind of like work together. I think it's fantastic. Not everyone can work with their wife, and
yeah, what's crazy is she's actually been my best business partner. I've owned other businesses throughout my life, and I think that she would probably be my fifth business partner. And what's crazy, she was there the whole time through all the different business ventures and things that have happened, successes, failures, and so on and so forth. And then she was right there the whole time. I mean, we could have been doing this the whole time and avoided all those other situations, but here we are. It is what it is, and I'm happy.
Yeah, and the thing is what also she probably got to sit there and watch it, and then she's like, "Okay, it's time for me to show you how to do this."
Yeah, she actually does the things that she does. I couldn't do. I wouldn't want to do. She does, and she's gifted in those things. She's really, when it comes to hearing the client's needs, she listens. My mind is always going so fast that I'm just like, yeah, okay, you want cool shirts? Got you, no problem. She actually, what are your pain points? What happened before that you didn't like? She actually gets in the depth of how could we fix what you need, or how could we add value to you? She's super sick at that. So I give her that a lot.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great partnership. So let's go dig into like some of the other stuff that you do outside of your company. Is, you kind of are really, really great about fitness, health, emotionally, physically. And I know you've really started to dive into some stuff deeper. If you follow Richard or what he's doing, some really great things. Tell us a little bit about your like health fitness journey that you've been on, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally.
Well, the physical side of it happened when I was about 26, 27. I broke my leg and I couldn't walk for a really long time. It was like 3 or 4 months where I just couldn't get on my leg at all. And I remember how much I realized I took walking for granted at the time, and being fit. And I didn't break my leg from anything being unfit. It was a freak situation that happened. But it gave me perspective. And so I remember promising to myself, when you can walk again, we're hitting the gym and we're never going to stop again. And I've had my moments through that time where I fell off, and I always find my way back to the gym. But when I started diving into the spiritual side of things and understanding who I am as a person and what I really am and who I truly am on the inside, that guy, the way he sees himself and the way he expresses himself, everything around him is on point. So fitness has to fit in there, and the diet that goes with it, because you can't, they go hand in hand. You can't have a shitty diet and just outwork it. It doesn't work like that.
Well, and then I saw you were also with my good friends that were doing some lake plunges as well.
Yeah.
And so I had them on there and we had talked about that. What kind of like doing things like this have you noticed in your life, or what kind of value does something like that bring to you?
Well, for me, what the lake dips have done for me. I had done so much research when I was trying to develop this new version of myself. I knew I was better than what I was at the time. And I said, what do I got to do to force this to happen? I like a blunt force. Just, what do we do to attack this character that I am now to get to who I want to be? And in doing that, you have to do really extreme things. And what the lake thing is it's not really even that bad, to be honest with you. It's just more mental scary than it is physically. Once you get in, you're fine. You know, you're just shivering a little bit, you breathe, you focus on not shivering, and you're good. But it's the mental of the terror of going from being somewhat warm to being freezing in a matter of a couple seconds. I think that's the person I'm trying to dominate, is the guy that the dialogue that's saying, man, what are you doing? You don't got to do this. We're good right now. We can go back in the truck. Heater's already on. You know, what are we doing? That's the guy that I'm constantly in battle with every day, from the moment I wake up till I go to bed. And so the lake plunges just let me know that I'm in control of that guy in the worst situation that I could put myself in every single week.
Yeah.
And so that's what that is.
And that's something you can control, which is really great. Like, you know, sometimes we try to control those things that we really can't. And these are the things that you can, and how it betters you. I know I've done those, not lake plunges, but I sat in a cold bathtub after I've run, and what it's to my body, and how you like feel so much better. And it's the craziest thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The obviously, yes, the physical effects, you know, side effects of doing that are awesome as well. I'm more a mental war every day than anything else. I've got the physical part down. You know, it's the mental, you know, that I'm the self-discipline, the mastery of self, knowing thyself. Those things are where all my focus lies. Like I said, all the other things are habits that I've already developed that are just there. That's just who I am. That's just the fabric of who I am now. So I don't question if I'm going to work out twice a day. That's not even an option. It happens every day, period. And eating right, it just happens. It's every day, no question, no side meals, no this, no that. Those things are dialed in. It's the spiritual and the mental part that is like where all my energy goes.
That's awesome. So obviously you've owned different businesses, you've, you know, injured yourself, you've gone through some crazy things in your life, you know. Is there a moment in your life that you kind of really failed and you learned like the most about yourself?
Yeah. It was December 31st, 2018 is when I tried to take my life because I couldn't be the person that I was any longer. I couldn't stand being that person. And that is when I found out who I was. That is when whatever spirit came and took over my body and picked me up off the ground and said, let's figure this out. That is when it happened, that moment in time.
Wow. I mean, you really learn a lot. I mean, that's incredible. And so I guess, wow.
Yeah, it was that serious for me. It wasn't just some stupid thing that I stumbled over and was like, oh, I got to stop doing that. I took it as far as a human can go, to where you couldn't even look at yourself in the mirror for years. I took it that far and decided that this was not the human that I was made to be.
Yeah.
And I allowed that demon to release itself from my body. And I walked towards the light every single day since.
In 2018, I mean, that's not very far. I mean, you have really done a lot in just the past, you know, few years. I mean, that's not too long ago. You know, what are some of your, I guess, people or things that kind of keep you motivated, keep you, I know you probably daily struggle with things mentally. What kind of keeps you like going strong?
Well, my family, obviously, they're around me 24/7. The way that we've re-engineered our life is we're around each other 24/7. Like, we're growing together. It's not like the kids are gone over here and this person's gone over there and my wife's at home and I'm over here. We're all doing this together. So I think that is huge. You know, because for me, I had seen so much pain in their face so many times. You know what I mean? It's good to they could see everything on a day-to-day basis and grow with us, and we do it all together. This whole journey we're on together. It's not just myself trying to find myself. My wife is in full sprint mode every morning, doing the same things I'm doing. She just doesn't. She's a little bit more modest, you know, and so she doesn't show all the stuff that she does like I do. I literally show, because I try to show people, look, this is the moment from when I wake up till I go to bed. I timestamp everything. You could see my day every single day, and you could see where all the successful pieces of that day were. And that's kind of why I do it. It's like I just leave breadcrumbs for you to follow. If you want to see how to live this way, I show you my 24 hours. You know what I mean? Every single day, pretty much. It's like basically you're watching my life through that channel.
Yeah,
and so
that's fantastic. I mean, like you just said, is that if there's someone out there struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever you've gone through, you're kind of like, it can be done. It can be, you get up early and maybe go for a run, or go to the gym, and then you start doing your stuff and you start hitting it hard. I mean, you even send text messages out to your closest friends and to your, I've gotten them from you, just to says, hey, you got this today. And like, to really inspire people to do that. Like, you don't know, it could be the worst or best day, and you hit like, I just think that's fantastic. You're sharing your story and sharing your successes.
Yeah, it's because what I try to do is I try to give value without having to be on every conversation with everybody all day long, because I wouldn't have enough time in the day to help as many people as I talk to on a daily basis, so that watch what I do. So all your questions are answered. Well, what's your morning routine? Check it out. Story 1, story 2, story 3. I have it on there every single day, 7 days a week. You can see that exactly what my morning routine is, at least the parts that matter. I'm not showing me brushing my teeth and picking out my clothes or anything like that. These are the habits that I do at these specific times, every single day, all day long, every day, consistently, day in and day out. If you want to figure out how to vibrate higher, do that, and then take it from there. This is the foundation I laid for people that want to take it from vibrating at a really low level like I did to being able to vibrate really high to where you're helping other people. So
I love that.
There it is.
And then, like, a lot of people give social media a bad rap. I mean, I hear it all the time, whether it's my family or friends. They're like, man, you're using, I'm like, but if you use it correctly and you use it like something like you are, where you're out there actually inspiring people, going, hey, get up and work out. Hey, do this. Like, if you want to be successful and do the great, I mean, like, you have a beautiful family, you have an amazing business, and people are like, this dude has gone through some stuff and look at him now. Like, how to really inspire people, or people also to show people, hey, stop whining and complaining about the littlest thing. You got this. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. And, connecting with nature was a huge thing too. I think that we've been so conditioned and programmed to stay indoors and stare at the TV or whatever, binge watch shows on Netflix. They made it so convenient to be lazy and comfortable. They've made it so convenient to the point of, why would I could watch my favorite show for 8 hours today and do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like doing it. And you're conditioned to get lazier and lazier and lazier to feel that that's where you're at. And all the real life is outside. Take your shoes off, ground your feet onto the earth, let all that radiation out of your body, let all the Wi-Fi out of there. You know what I mean? Like, go. That's where, like, my soul connects, is when I'm outside, when I'm running at Tubbs Hill, when I'm out running this hike or that hill or whatever. That's when I'm like, I feel life force energy, I'm just absorbing it, and it makes me feel better to go into my weeks.
Yeah. And I think that's a great point. And why do we live here? We live in the Pacific Northwest. We live in North Idaho because of this beauty, but people don't capitalize on it. They're like, I live in Coeur d'Alene. I'm like, do you really go out I'm a Canfield person. I go out in Canfield Mountain and get, like, it's so awesome. Or that's why, we have a van and we can travel everywhere and be outside in the nature.
That's so sick.
Yeah. It's
so sick. So sick.
But it's such a great, I'm the same way you are. Like, when you can shut your phone off, or, you can just like go for a hike or jump in the water, like whatever it is, it's something pretty amazing.
Yeah. There's a huge disconnect that happens somewhere in the human consciousness and the soul. People are disconnected from themselves. And, I don't even want to go that deep into this conversation, but I just feel that you can find yourself, outside. That's who you can really connect with the inner person.
A lot of people have a hard time being alone, though. Like, just being alone with themselves. It's like people can't do it at all.
Yeah. 100%.
A couple fun questions, because I'm sure we could get real deep on all of this. But tell me, if you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Hmm. Wow. I would say there's so many of them. I really wouldn't. I mean, I really like JFK a lot. You
Mm,
know, I think that I would. There's so much that guy had to offer, and I really liked the way he spoke and the way he was with his family, and I would really want to hear that guy out. You know,
yeah. Oh, there's a lot of
But
people from the past that you could it'd be so cool to like pick their brain and just
oh,
like
or like Jim Rohn. Okay, the greatest like speaker ever in history. I religiously listen to that guy. I would love to just have 20 minutes with that dude.
yeah. Or a whole
Yeah.
dinner. Like I'm giving you the whole dinner, so you might as well take it.
Yeah, well, we probably end up staying there for a couple of days with this the back and forth that would go there.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, Jim Rohn. I now that you say it, I think that he would be my number one.
That's really cool. So if you had a billboard in downtown Coeur d'Alene, what would your billboard either have or say on it?
Ink Lab Screen Print Studio, nice and big. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. This guy right here.
I love it. You use it for marketing.
Enough said. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got this.
So outside of your business and your fitness and your family, is there anything outside of that that really like kind of you're passionate about or like excites you that you love to do outside of that?
I really, 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 really love helping other people. I I didn't used to do that. I used to help people, but not in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like I was a great money mentor back in the day, but it wasn't honest money. You know what I mean? I taught people how to make shitty money, and that never lasts. So, but now that I understand that I have the power of influence, and I know how to harness it in a positive direction, I really like helping people who feel stuck, who feel that like, how do I get past this? You know what I mean? And I still fight those things too, but I'm constantly educating myself to get past those hurdles. You know what I mean? So if I could show people how to start getting past those hurdles to learn, that's where it's at for me. I love helping people.
And you're great at it. And like you said, you use all the right platforms and all the right things. And I just love how like you feel like you should text someone and tell them to have a good day or to like, go crush their day. I love that you take the time to really, and you're not gaining anything from it. Like you're not gaining money from it. You're not gaining.
Oh yes, my cup runneth over. I swear, I swear. Today I was having a really, really, I won't call it stressful, but the universe was throwing some stuff at me today. And my wife was reminding me, hey, keep it cool, keep it cool, keep it cool. What can I do to help you? And it wasn't until I just went for a run, came back, nothing mattered at that point anymore. And I felt a lot better. But yeah, for sure.
So if someone wanted to start like a small business or maybe even just ink lab, like an ink lab or like a, screen printing or just any small business, what one piece of advice you would give them if they're wanting to start something?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know. If you want to do it, do it. I mean, is that really what you want to do? Are you willing to commit are you willing to make it who you are to be this brand, or is it just something that you're excited about in the moment?
Yeah.
I think that when you dive into something, this is who I am and this is what I want to do. And I think that a lot of people tend to get excited about something, but they don't see the 10-year plan or the future in it. It's just right now, emotionally, this is exciting me. And that's, it'll die down.
Oh, completely. And yeah, are you ready to be married to it? Like you're married to the business.
Yeah. That's actually really well said. And something that I've heard in the past that I've really, really liked and I hold with me all the time is they said that business is just a conduit for personal growth. So your business will never outgrow you personally. And if it ever does, it'll cool itself back down to wherever you're at, personally. And it happened to me. So I learned that firsthand. And, if you're not willing to grow as a person, your business is not going to go anywhere, and you're just going to be hitting a wall all the time too. So it's a whole life changing thing, not just, it's not just business,
Right.
you know.
So you have obviously, really worked on yourself, your business, your family, everything. What would you like if, what would be your personal mission statement?
For me personally, unmitigated daily discipline in everything you do.
Mm, perfect.
Unmitigated. There's no, that's that voice that I tell you that I fight with. So when I tell myself that, there's no option when that voice comes to tell me, get out of here, you know. So that's like my creed. That's like what I stand by.
I love it. So if someone's listening right now and they want to connect with you, whether it's, personally connect, or it's like, hey, I want to actually see if he can do some screen printing for me. How do people get a hold of you or start following your social media or your journey of your, dedication into what you're doing?
Well, just go to Instagram. I mean, I'm not really on any other platforms that I really put any energy into. But Instagram is Inklab SPS. And the Facebook, same thing, but we don't really do much with that. Facebook's kind of not where our audience is located anymore. And so, and then I did the TikTok thing, and it's cool. It gets a lot of views. I didn't see it. Yeah, I just didn't see a good conversion. I played with it, and it was more time consuming than anything. And I think with the Instagram, I could just, a lot of stuff that I do is in the moment, it's not pre-planned stuff. So, cause a lot of the beauty in my day to day that makes me so grateful is that I see all these things in these moments. And like those things that I post, they're actually exciting to me. Like that shirt looks cool coming around. You know what I mean? Like to me, I get excited about it. And so I just share those things that are exciting to me, and it just translates into something cool for everyone else to view. It's funny. I know this is off track, but I keep being told, like, Richard, you shouldn't have all your personal stuff on your business Instagram or whatever. And they try to tell me to follow this, like, oh, it's supposed to be done this way. This is the recipe, and I'm like, yeah, but like for who? I think that what I do has a different texture to it. It's not. I don't want to be looked at as a business. I want to be looked at as like the family is the brand, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. And I think
So
there's some value in that also, is that, if I'm watching this and I don't know who you are, I can connect with you before I even call you to get my screen printing done. Like I can be like, oh, this guy is really into outdoors like I am. Like I can connect with him before I even ask to do business with you. Like you can connect with your people. And like, that's a funny thing about social media. People like think they know you before you, like, wait a second.
yeah,
But you got to connect with someone and they're going to be like, oh, I can relate to this guy. This guy's killing it.
150 freaking percent. If I could tell anybody that, it's stop copying all those cookie cutter Instagram accounts that do the same thing that you do. Be you, show your unique qualities, because that's what the world wants to see. They don't want to see the same picture, just different than every other one that's at art. Like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the whole copycat thing is just not for me, and I don't stand by it. I don't think that it's good. I'll never yeah.
Well, and it shows how authentic you are. Cause I mean, come on, there's people on there, they're showing this, like, that their life is this perfect life, that it's wonderful. And you're like, no, it sucks. There's moments that suck, but guess what? I'm still doing it. I'm still making money. I'm still out running. I'm still being a dad, a husband. Like, I love that it shows how authentic, I mean, you're out there and you're real. Like, that's what I really like.
It's life integration. So business, life, all that, being a father, being a husband, it all has to integrate into one, because I'm not running a company just to run a company. I'm running like, this is us, you know what I mean? And everything integrates within itself. So that's why it's so, I don't have like a schedule that I have to stick by where I have to be here 9 to 5. Like it flows with however the flow of the day that we create goes. We've designed the days every day. So it's pretty cool.
I think that's awesome. And I love that you see that value, and it's really fantastic.
Thank you.
So if someone, as we know, it was a rough year. We know that COVID, I think almost with this pandemic, it's really affected people almost emotionally more than anything else. Like
Mhm.
financially, there's been the money that comes out. I mean, there's just so many things, but I think mentally it has affected more, like so many people. And you dealing with your own side of mental illness and things that you've gone through, is there a piece of advice you could give to someone listening right now as they go into their day and they're struggling?
Yeah, I would say start your day with positive affirmations. Create your bubble of gratitude that can't be. It's impenetrable. You know, if you, every day if you woke up and just thought of things that you're happy about, like just basic things, like man, these sheets feel great today, or the room feels perfect. Like I'm happy just to be here. Like if you could create that area of gratitude, the negativity can't exist in the same space. You can't be in a state of gratitude and a state of fear or sadness or stress at the same time. It's impossible. So if you can start your day, whatever your routine may be, to create that bubble of impenetrable gratitude, you're all good. None of that shit matters. The COVID, no news media, no information coming from this guy and your neighbor telling you he knows everything about what Trump's doing, and none of that stuff matters.
Right.
It's just focus on you and
Yeah.
what matters to you.
I think that's fantastic. Well, Richard, thank you so much for giving me some time today. You're fantastic. Keep doing inspiring people and doing some great things in our community.
You do the same thing. You're out there crushing it. You know you are. Being all humble over there. I got you.
Thanks for listening to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Crock, and every Monday I release a podcast about different community members here in North Idaho. And then we end the weeks on Fridays with a podcast about the things I'm passionate about: outdoors, adventures, sports, the van life, and even current events. So if you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Thank you again. Now go be kind and do something great.